Hey folks, Mike Soileau at Gator 99.5 backstage at the Iowa Rabbit Festival 2015. Here with my buddy Tracy Byrd. And Tracy, man, first time you ever played at the Iowa Rabbit
It is
Festival.
the first time at the Rabbit Festival, but exciting. I mean, there's a lot of people out there.
It's chaos. We just finished the meet and greet, and I tell you what, it was sheer chaos.
It was crazy, yeah, but glad to be here, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, well, we were talking to you the other day when we interviewed you, and you took a few years off. What happened with that?
Well, I almost did it in 2008, the end of 2008, and I said, no, I'm going to go another year, see how I feel, and I was just burned out. I mean, 20 years of on the road, of pushing it, quite honestly, just living the hard life.
Right.
You know? I mean, taking advantage of everything that there was to take advantage of out there, and it was just time for me to slow down, back up, kind of readjust my priorities, and take care of my family and myself.
Right.
You know, sometimes you got to do that, and I didn't know when or if I would come back and do anything, but about 3 years into that little sabbatical, I started, you know, itching to play some more.
Right.
And,
You had that itch.
yeah, I mean, it's what I love to do. It's what comes natural to me, and to not do it just seemed more of a crime than doing it. So I just decided to get out and start doing it, just to manage myself. You know, I figured out that life needs balance, and I was way out of balance with career over everything else for a lot of years.
Right.
And now I've got it in pretty good balance. You know, we'll probably do about 40 shows this year, and it's a lot better than the 140 I did in the the last couple of years.
That's a lot of shows. So let's go in if we can go into a time machine. Let's go back to when you were playing in Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, Fighter. You know, you're playing the club circuit. You know.
Yeah, right.
And you know, somebody approached you. Tell us a little bit about how that all came about, where you actually got your record deal.
Well, you know, we had some stuff happen when you know, of course, Chestnut got his deal.
Okay.
And I was playing across town in another club, and the owner of the nightclub that Chestnut was playing at, Cutter's, came across there and said, "Look, Mark's got a record deal. It's not public knowledge yet, but do you want to take over for him? But we need you to come now and start playing with him now.
Okay.
Alternating sets with him, you know, to get the folks used to you, this and that." Well, so I did that, and really out of that came some interest in Nashville. You know, kind of got my name. You know, people come down from MCA Records and to see Mark, and they were like, "God, who's this guy?" You know, "Is there another one here?" You know,
Right.
And so that got us interested in pursuing or doing a showcase in Nashville. So we went to Nashville, did a showcase about a year after that, and it just happened. I mean, it was just.
So once you got that phone call, they're like, "Hey, we want you to come to Nashville. We're interested." Once you signed that record deal, what did you think?
Well,
You're like, I can't believe this. You have to pinch yourself, or you know what? Finally, after everything I've done,
that was part of the thought. That was part of the thought. But I'm a little more, I don't know. I'm a little more grounded, I guess, laid back than that. I did think that, but then I thought, okay, now it's probably, if we're going to be realistic about this is probably when the real work is going to start.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's hard work to get one.
Right.
You're blessed, you're lucky, you're part of a low percentage of guys that get a chance to get one. But when you get one, then if you really look at it, there's only about 10% of the guys that get one
that actually make it.
That make it, you know, that are still around. So that's when I really put my nose to the grindstone, so to speak. You know, that's when I really started, you know, really focusing on, okay, what do I want to do, what I want to sound like, who do I want to work with, producer-wise, so that's when the work started, really. But
so once you got the record deal, you went out on tour.
Yeah.
Who is the coolest person you think when you went on tour that you just enjoyed the most?
Kix and Ronnie.
Really?
Yeah, those guys. I went out with. I went out with Hank Jr. right out of the box.
That's not a bad guy to go out with.
So that was out of the fire, you know, out of the frying pan into the fire, and that was fun. But then I went out with Reba, and Reba was, I mean, you know, the crowds were amazing. It was a great shot in the arm for me to be in front of that many people every night, and then I went out with Kix and Ronnie, and then
that was the funnest part.
Then I seen what kind of really having fun on tour was all about, you know, because those guys know how to do it.
What's your most memorable moment on stage?
Oh, wow.
Did something happen? You're playing, and all of a sudden you're like, why did that just happen?
Man,
oh my God!
There's been so many things that happened, you know, through the years. I mean, I've fell down on stage, and I wasn't even drinking. You know? I've went out with my zipper down, you know, before, and you know, had a fan going.
Nothing better. There's nothing worse than the trains off the track.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, so instead of trying to hide it, I just told the whole crowd, you know, hey. I left my fly down. Y'all ever did that? You know,
is there a breeze on stage?
Yeah,
is there a breeze?
Exactly. And you know, there's crazy stuff that's happened through the years. I mean, people bum rush the stage. You know, next thing you know, a girl's on your back. You know,
right.
tackling you. And,
good Lord, a woman on your back tackling
you. It's crazy. You know.
So, after all this said and done, you know, you took a few years off, spent with the family, and now you're back on tour. Doing, like I said, 30, 40 dates a year.
Yeah. Manageable.
With that being said, all your hits, you know, 13 top 10s, 3 number 1s. What is your, we talked about this on the morning show on Gator 99.5. What is your favorite song to perform live?
Well, that's like I told you that morning. I said, you know, they were all so crucial in my career. And I tend to lean toward some of the album cuts that I loved so much that never became singles.
Right.
You know, that I would put in the show just because I personally loved the song. But there was a song called Heaven in a Woman's Eyes that was, I think it got top 15 for us. But of the singles that's been released, that's probably one of my favorites. Another song called Love Lessons that I like a lot.
Great title.
I mean, I love all the fun songs that we cut, but there's other songs that are more me and more challenging to sing, and you know, more of a singer song.
Well, just being a fan now, not a radio guy. My favorites are Keeper of the Stars, and Someone to Give My Love To.
Someone to Give My Love To. Well, you'll hear both of those tonight.
It's going to be awesome. Hey, we're about to hit the stage at the Iowa Rabbit Festival, hanging out with my buddy Tracy Byrd.
You, buddy.
Appreciate it, baby. And for more information about Tracy Byrd and where he's going to be playing, log on to Gator995.com.
Tracy Byrd!